They didn't want white kids going to school with black kids. Now they don't want white kids learning about black history.
In this video, I want to cover the psychology and history of white lives always mattered. From the 1940s and 50s, this is regarding Britain, when black people were told to come over and build the country which the Germans had bombed. It was not only Germans that bombed Britain, but racists were also bombing the houses, the flats, the nightclubs of the early Afro-Caribbeans because they felt that white lives matter.
New Crossfire survivors speak.
Not West Indians, black British. That is what I once said. They're burning our children.
This is all that remains of the three-story house where nearly 100 young West Indians were celebrating at an all-night birthday party for two young friends.
That night, we were there at the party, and for people outside looking in, I mean, maybe they can just imagine.
Just before 6 o'clock this morning, the singing and dancing gave way to panic as flames shot through the upper floors and screaming teenagers began to leap from the windows.
And they did not want us here. From the outset, racism in England was not about the boats. It was always been about, we don't want these people next to us. We don't want them here.
I've no fear for atomic energy, 'cause none of them can stop the time.
They don't want us here. Hence, what's it called, the white flight. When white people, found that black people moved into their neighborhood, they would move out. They did not want to live next to black people. It was called the white flight, and that's when you end up with ghettos. And if an area was full of ethnic minorities, the prices went down because black skin was not seen as having any value. Hence, in white areas, what happened is, the property prices would be higher. It was based on your skin color. So with Reform Party and what's that one called is a new one who's rivaling Nigel Farage, and they're claiming it's about the boat. No, it's not. Black people were never wanted in England. It has nothing to do with illegal asylum seekers. If you look on social media and they're telling you go back to where you came from, it's not about the boats. And Nigel Farage knows that.
Not for ourselves, 'cause these are minds. Oh, have no fear for atomic energy.
Right, he's peddling and whipping up, the thick and illiterate, dumb people who've probably never read a book in their lives. They've probably never studied history, or they can't be bothered. But it's never ever about illegal immigrants. In their eyes, we all are illegal immigrants. In their eyes, we all are aliens. In their eyes, we all need to be deported. And if you ask the Reform Party, their manifesto, their beliefs, their philosophy is that all ethnic minorities should be deported, all of us. They use the Brexit card as a weapon to pretend that, it's about the boats. From day one, they never wanted people of colour living in Britain. They don't want us here. Black people went through arson attempt. They went through racism. They went through racial harassment in the workplace. Hence why the laws were created. Hence why this so-called two-tier system, which doesn't exist, 95% of American Britain is run by white people. Yeah, they talk about two-tier system. What they mean, whenever you get any justice, they don't like it. They want to call you the N-word. If they can't call you the N-word, it's a two-tier system. If they can't racially profile you, if they can't deny you jobs and opportunities, it's a two-tier system. Simply, they want to practice their racism. Simply, they want to practice setting fire to your homes like they did in the 1950s, like they did in America. Nothing has changed. They simply don't want us here. What's his name? Oh, that mogul who says that he wants all of us to go back to Africa because he can see what's going on. He can see the state that America, England, Europe is in. They simply don't want us here. But the sad thing is, they're not going to leave Africa. They're not going to remove all their army base in Africa. They're not going to give us back our minerals and all the things that they have in the museums that we owe, that belongs to us. They're not going to return it back to us. That's their two-tier system. I must make another video on that. You know, so from day one, they never wanted to see it. You can look at archive footage of racism that black people experienced.
New Crossfire survivors speak.
Not West Indians, black British. That is what I once said. They're burning our children.
This is all that remains of the three-story house where nearly 100 young West Indians were celebrating at an all-night birthday party for two young friends.
That night, we were there at the party, and for people outside looking in, I mean, you know, maybe they can just imagine.
Just before 6 o'clock this morning, the singing and dancing gave way to panic as flames shot through the upper floors and screaming teenagers began to leap from the windows.
There was no boats. Nigel Farage calls the boats. But still, from day one, they did not want black people, Muslims, Asians in England from day one, or in America. They do not want to see it from day one. It's nothing to do with the boats. They simply don't want us here. Hence why you have the white flight. When black people move in, they move out. You know how long this is going to go on for, these riots, anti-immigration riots? I don't know. But it tells you we're in serious peril. We really are.
New Crossfire survivors speak.
Not West Indians, black British. That is what I once said. They're burning our children.
This is all that remains of the three-story house where nearly 100 young West Indians were celebrating at an all-night birthday party for two young friends.
That night, we were there at the party, and for people outside looking in, I mean, you know, maybe they can just imagine.
Just before 6 o'clock this morning, the singing and dancing gave way to panic as flames shot through the upper floors and screaming teenagers began to leap from the windows.
My head was made strong from the hand of the Almighty. We forward in this generation triumphantly. Won't you hear me sing these songs of freedom? It's all I ever had. Redemption songs. Redemption song. Emancipate yourself one made to slippery. None but ourselves can ease our minds.
I only got 3 things from the house, and the only thing I did not get from the house were the letters my children wrote for me, because that is all I have from my children. The letters that they wrote for me 3 years back when I was leaving them back home. I think that is the only thing I didn't get. I only got my passport, my laptop, and my uniform, because I have to go to work.
Can I really be able to stay here? Will I be safe because of what happened and the whole experience? So just know I'm scared.